What happened to the two young princes locked inside the Tower of London? The year was 1483 in England. King Edward IV had just died unexpectedly, leaving his 12-year-old son, Edward V, as the rightful king. His younger brother, Richard of Shrewsbury, Duke of York, was only 9. Because the boys were so young, their uncle, Richard III, was appointed Lord Protector until Edward was old enough to rule. At first, everything seemed normal. Young Edward was brought to the Tower of London, which at the time was not just a prison but also a traditional royal residence before a coronation. Soon afterward, his younger brother joined him. Then, something strange happened. The princes gradually stopped appearing in public. At first, people occasionally saw them playing in the gardens or looking out from the windows of the tower. But after a few weeks, the sightings became fewer and then stopped altogether. No official explanation was given. Meanwhile, Richard declared that his brother's marriage had been invalid, making the two princes illegitimate. Since they were now considered unable to inherit the throne, Richard crowned himself king as Richard III. The question everyone whispered was impossible to ignore. Where were the princes? Rumors spread across England. Some believed the boys had died from illness. Others believed they had secretly escaped. But the darkest rumor was that they had been murdered so Richard could secure the throne. No bodies were found. Years passed. Kings came and went. The mystery refused to die. Then, in 1674, nearly 200 years later, workers renovating the Tower of London made a shocking discovery. Buried beneath a staircase were the skeletons of 2 children. Because of their ages, many believed they were the missing princes. The bones were placed in Westminster Abbey, where they remain today, but no one could prove their identity. Modern scientists have repeatedly suggested using DNA testing to identify the remains, but the royal family has never granted permission for destructive testing of the bones. As a result, historians still cannot say with certainty whether the skeletons truly belong to the princes. Westminster Abbey has also been involved in discussions over access to the remains. The mystery became even more complicated in the 20th century. Some historians argued that Richard III may have been innocent. Perhaps another rival ordered the murders. Others pointed to Henry VII, who seized the throne after Richard III died in battle. If the princes were still alive, they would have remained a threat to Henry's claim as well. There is no confession, no eyewitness account, no murder weapon, only theories. Even today, historians continue debating who was responsible or whether the princes died in an entirely different way. New research has challenged older assumptions, but no single explanation has been proven. The disappearance of the princes in the tower remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. 2 boys entered the tower. Neither was ever seen again. And after more than 5 centuries, the truth may still be buried behind the ancient stone walls of the Tower of London.